Good morning, everybody. I'm Teresa Perrin, and this is my stock market watch list for Wednesday, December 28th, 2022. Please keep in mind that this week the volume is exceptionally low in general due to the holidays between Christmas and New Year's. It's generally like this every year. So guys, let's get started, and please remember to just be careful and protect your capital, as it is also the last week of tax loss harvesting. Sofi, ticker SOFI. All right, guys, this has had a substantial pullback, and it looks like it made a double bottom yesterday. So I'm watching to see if this gets a rebound. Again, guys, do not jump into this blindly. I need to see it retake 450, and then I want to see it head towards $5. Alzn. All right, this perhaps is the number one on my target watch list today, and that's because Alzn Neuro partners with a Stem Cell Institute for immunotherapy vaccine trial for dementia. Guys, if they could actually make a vaccine that prevented dementia, that would be absolutely insane, and this company would be worth so much money. As you can see, it's currently trading at 67 cents. So I think you're going to see a lot of movement in the stock today, but that's my opinion. Again, they just made the partnership. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I think off this news, you're going to get a rally. TAL. All right. So guys, this has been perhaps one of my favorite tickers. In order for this to continue further and going back to fill that gap, it had a big sell-off before Christmas. And it's had an opportunity for that RSI to cool off. It was very overextended. Now, the movements that it made yesterday were similar to what I saw this ticker do before it made its last huge move up. So I'm watching it for a rebound back up. I want a close above $9.63 for confirmation that it is going to indeed start working on filling that gap all the way up to $19.56. So we have to get back up there, guys. Otherwise, this play could slow down until next year. Well, by next year, I mean next week. All right, Lucy, Lucy. This stock is moving. As you can see, it's almost doubled in pre-market, and that's because it got a new partnership this morning with... Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, that's Jnce. It got a new partnership for eyewear, guys. I thought I got it in this, but unfortunately I did not. So I apologize, but it got a new partnership. I think it was with Eddie Bauer. Sorry, I read a lot of news, but I'm pretty sure that was who their partnership was. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's what's moving the stock. So, all right, Kaaba. Guys, this is another one that has been working on a gap fill that has had a substantial pullback. Now, again, I feel like market makers are taking advantage of the very low volume this week because this has pulled all the way back and it's at $7.63. So it's kind of like a make it or break it right now for Kaaba, at least for the rest of this week. I think next week's going to be a different story altogether. But guys, the market is green today. And, with all the futures being green and with gas and oil being green and everything else, not that this is a gas or oil play, but I'm just telling you, I think that the potential for this to start to rebound back to the upside is there. It just needs that volume to come in. CSX. All right. I pulled up the 1 week chart because I want you to see technically what I'm looking at in this play. I'm very surprised it didn't break out yesterday, to be honest with you, but I think that there was a lot of dark pool buying on this name yesterday in pre-market. And if you look at the technicals and you go back further, you can see that this looks like it's ready to have another massive breakout. Ultimately, I want to see this push through $31.50 and then start running towards 32. And I think that we could start moving pretty quickly if this starts to get some volume into it. So keep your eye on this because toots are loading the boat for a reason. Whether it's this week or next, I'm not sure, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Rent the runway. Guys, I wish I could do a video on this, and I may do one, but I'm telling you, something is very strange with this ticker because I've never seen a ticker not be able to get information on Fintel for, and I can't get anything on Fintel for Rent the Runway. Why that is, I have no idea, and it's driving me crazy, but I think that this is going to make a big move, so I would keep an eye on it if I were you. And the other one that I didn't put on this list that I am watching heavily is ticker SMMT. And honestly, guys, I am not feeling well. I am exhausted and have a procedure tomorrow. That's been keeping me up because it's a painful one. And just so you know, I'm telling you this because I'm not going to be doing a morning watch list tomorrow morning. However, I may put something together tonight for you that I put out, but just keep in mind it won't have the current information for what happens in pre-market if I do that, because I have to be at my doctor's. It's an inpatient treatment, guys, but I have to be there early tomorrow morning, like at 6 something a.m. So and when I get back, I'm not going to be in any mood to be able to do a video. So anyways, just letting you know, but SMMT and RENT are two that I'm watching for significant moves to the upside this week and heading into the new year. TAL, T-A-L. All right. Like I said, the same thing. Oh, did I already say this? I feel like I'm repeating it. With the pullback. Hold on a second. Yep. Sorry. Brain fog. Zoom. ZM. All right. Now, I noticed, look at this bottom that it pulled back. It made like a lot of times before a stock has its final hoorah, it makes a significant pullback followed by a move to the upside. It looks like it's making an inverse head and shoulders here if you look at the daily, but this pullback I'm hoping was the final bottom, and I want to see if this continues to make moves to the upside yesterday. It did get to the green, and then right before market close, they pulled it back down for another red day. But guys, I really think that Zoom is getting very close, if not at its bottom. And the other ticker that I noticed that often runs together with Zoom was Teledoc, TDOC. So keep an eye on the two of them because I think they are either very close or have found their bottom. But we'll see what happens today. Tesla, TSLA. All right, now, I noticed some institutional buying going into this one as well. However, it appeared they were a bit early because it continued to pull back. However, we see in pre-market that this is moving to the upside. Guys, I'm not sure that Tesla's found its bottom yet. So I'm kind of curious as to that move when I saw them buying, unless they're just loading the boat because it's a great deal and they're in this for the long term and they're just going to keep buying on the way down, which is possible. But guys, I think that Tesla is due for some sort of a little bit of a relief rally, at least. Does that happen today? Or does this just result in a small move to the upside followed by another pullback? I'm not sure. Cautiously optimistic for those of you in Tesla, but I honestly believe that this is going to get below $100, guys. Jnce. All right. Jnce is up in pre-market this morning, and this is a name that has had some significant runs. As you can see, it's up 72.55% between yesterday close and this morning. Let me see if this had Y in it. Yes. They jumped in extended trading after Gilead Science announced plans to acquire all remaining rights to the company's immunotherapy GS1811, an anti-CCR8 antibody for $67 million. Jnce Therapeutics shares climbed 85.8% to 137 in after hours trading. And as you can see, it's continued that move to the upside. Where did it go? Sorry. Continued its move to the upside this morning, guys. So keep an eye on Jnce. If any of you have been in that stock prior to that move, congratulations. That's really a great victory for you. And be sure to take profits. Helbiz, HLBZ. All right, guys. Yesterday, triple bottomed down here. I'd like to see this make a relief to the upside, guys. I really feel, again, that market makers are taking advantage of low volume, and I think that we're going to see a move up. I don't think Helbiz should be trading at 13 cents. That's my personal opinion. I think it is very undervalued. Again, guys, I am a long-term investor in Helbiz, so as it continues to go down, every time I get money, I will be buying more because I think that this is incredibly cheap and that we're going to see some significant moves soon. Htgm, guys, is another play that had a reverse split followed by an offering, and these have been hot plays lately. Those warrants that they have are at $7.75. So I would expect to see moves continue to the upside in this. As you can see, it was up 37.42% yesterday. Had a little pullback in the after hours. I'm looking to see a continuation in this play. Again, heavily manipulated. Eye on caution with it. Acor, ACOR. Okay, guys. So I set an alert for 64 cents yesterday, and that went off because this went a little bit above 64. I don't think it quite hit 65, which is what I'm really looking for. So I'm eyeing this again today because I think that this is very close to a major breakout. It has been consolidating now for, I think, a couple of months. And I believe when it goes through that 65, you're going to see a move fairly quickly up into the 80-cent range. If it can get through that 85, 86 range, then expect it to go to $1. And this stock moves quickly when it moves. Again, volume has been very low, so eye on caution. But I think, look at it, was up 7.76% yesterday. And I do believe that we're going to see this actually make a breakout either this week or definitely into the new year because it's long overdue. All right, KALA, again, guys, this had a significant move on FDA authorization for their treatment for an eye disorder, and it is moving. It was up 2.58% yesterday, but in the after hours, right after market close, you saw it break out and it was up 41.46%. Now the question is, do they continue to try to pull this down, or is this bull flag forming, which you can see got a little warp towards the end, and do we have a breakout to the upside? That's what I'm eyeing for in Kaaba, but I think that it may not be done. I think that this has been beat down for quite some time, and it could be the start of a move to the upside in this ticker. So I am keeping an eye on it. The other one that I thought I had on here somewhere, I thought I was by it, but maybe it was Mullen. Guys, Mullen was oh, I missed two. Tesla. I gave you Tesla. The other one with Tesla was ARK. ARKK, Innovation, their ETF. Guys, if we start to see green, I think ARK has been really, really punished for quite some time. And it's getting to that level now where I think it's very oversold. And I think that if the market has any kind of a rally in it, keep an eye on ARKK because it will be one that makes a significant move to the upside fairly quickly. Because it's been beat down very, very hard this year. Perhaps I didn't put Mullen on here, but I wanted to mention, oh, here it is, Mullen. All right, guys, I'm mentioning this because there was an article that had everyone thinking that their earnings were yesterday. So here I am waiting for earnings to come out. Didn't come out in the morning. I'm like, oh, maybe I misread and it's after hours. After hours, nothing comes out. So I started digging through the NASDAQ and other things. And you should never believe articles anyways. And guys, yesterday was the first that I had heard, but everyone was chatting about earnings. I'm like, oh yeah, great earnings. And I should have looked just then, but I didn't. And I was just like, oh, okay, great, earnings after hours. And then I'm like, where's the earnings? So I saw the article, which I'm assuming is where people were getting that from. And again, guys, nothing. And the same thing happened with BRSH. BRSH, I got a notification from my broker that earnings were yesterday, but I didn't see anything on that one either. So I don't know what's going on, but something clearly isn't connecting here. But neither one of those had earnings. Mullen doesn't even have a date for their earnings announcement, guys, but there was a tentative date in my account now saying January 6th. I don't even know when that is, sometime next week, but is that the date? I don't believe so because I don't see anything on NASDAQ or on Mullen's website. If anyone knows when the actual earnings is or has seen an announcement, please pin it in the comments below. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today other than my list. Let me go over them with you. Top gainers, UTRS, which, guys, it looks like that's Minerva, which used to be ticker NERV, I think, unless this is a different Minerva. This is Minerva Surgical. The only Minerva I've ever heard of is that NERV. So I don't know if you know if this is the same stock and it's had a ticker change, please let me know in the comments below. But UTRS is the biggest gainer so far this morning. Lucy, we talked about. Jnce, we talked about. Kala, we talked about, and ARBK. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why ARBK is moving. Top losers, CTM, LJAQ, and LJAQ was that crazy one that ran yesterday up to like 40 something dollars, guys. And I said, if you follow me on Twitter, that I wasn't touching it because it was probably going to get a crazy pullback. Well, guys, I mean, it's still up compared to where it started the day yesterday, because I think this was a SPAC that was like trading at $10. So, but be careful, because that's what happens when you see those crazy runs. That's why I don't jump in them. Yeah, you can make money, but if you don't get out quick enough, or you can't get out because of the halts, then you're going to get screwed. SMIT, OGEN, and ELYS. Those are your top losers this morning. Then we have the most active, guys, ABEV again, ABEV, PCG, AUY. Yeah, guys, keep an eye on gold. I agree with that one. I think you're going to see moves up to the upside again in gold. CSX and Elon, ELAN. And your technical top potentials for breakouts are CTRA, SCHW, CDE, again, CCJ, and COP. Guys, a lot of these are energy plays, so keep that in mind.